So here's the first phase of our braise. Chuck steak, king oyster mushroom, cremini mushrooms, and shiitakes. We'll probably cut the stalks off. We're going to mix these in with some Shaoxing, Dashi, garlic ginger paste, a little bit of black pepper. Then we're going to add some vegetables for a wholesome, one-pot and easy meal. Here's our steak cut into roughly 1-inch chunks, little over a pound, 508 grams. Thinking total, maybe we should get between 4 to 6 servings total out of this cook. And here are our mushrooms. King oyster mushrooms, slit lengthways, cut into 1-inch slices. The cremini mushrooms and the shiitakes, just cut into halves. I left the stalks on for the shiitakes. A lot of people would cut them off, but they'll cook down after an hour in the pressure cooker and be nice and chewy. These things will add a nice variety of flavour and textures. So here are the liquids we're adding to our first stage braise. From the left, my homemade dashi, kombu, katsuobushi and dried shiitakes. Newer Hong Shaoxing rice wine. It's the only Shaoxing I care to use. Red boat fish sauce, just a little. Again, the only fish sauce I like to use. And some garlic ginger paste because it will blend in quicker with the braised and me using fresh garlic and fresh ground ginger. So here's our potential mistake. The red boat and the garlic ginger paste, which nearly doubled the sodium content of this recipe. If I had it to do again, given that the dashi has katsuobushi in it, I'd omit the red boat and the garlic ginger paste for those folk looking for a really moderate sodium. Here's our liquid component of the first braise. 150 millilitres of Shaoxing rice wine. If you don't have any and can't get any, use dry or medium dry sherry. Trader Joe's would be the cheapest and best place to get that. I am thinking under $3 a bottle or thereabouts. And 150 millilitres of our homemade dashi, which has all the necessary components to properly enhance umami in this stew. Now, you'll hear a lot of rubbish talked by people about umami who know absolutely nothing about what they're talking. However, this does have the glutamate, guanylate and inosinate that human bodies require to taste umami. Here's our browned beef hiding under the cut mushrooms in the Instant Pot after we added our ginger garlic paste, red boat and our 300 millilitres of liquids. We're going to cook this for half an hour before we add the vegetables, European style vegetables. We don't want our veggies to be overcooked and soggy, so let's get started. Half an hour. Here are the vegetables we're going to add after the meat and mushrooms have cooked for half an hour. We'll release the pressure in the Instant Pot and pop these veggies in. They're not cut up yet, but they'll be cut in a fairly large, bite-sized cut. We have red and yellow potatoes or white potatoes. We're just going to cut those in half. 2 carrots, fairly coarse, 1-inch pieces. Celery, 2 stalks, 1-inch pieces. We have 118 grams of daikon, which you can see cut up already. We have half a large brown onion and about 100 grams of cavallo nero, Tuscan kale. Tuscan kale isn't usually found in these stews, but I wanted to make a complete one-pot meal. Lots of good veggies, so in goes the dark kale. So here's our meat and mushrooms after 30 minutes in the Instant Pot on high. You'll notice the king oyster mushroom hasn't really cooked down at all, which is why I laud it so much as a mushroom for cuisine. We got quite a bit of juice still. So what I'm going to do is layer the vegetables on top of this. I'm not going to mix them in. Harder vegetables first, probably the cavolo last, then we're going to pop it on for another half an hour and they'll steam. So they won't all cook away. We'll still have a nice firm bite in our vegetables, but they'll mix together beautifully with the meat and the mushrooms. If I need to thicken this stock, which I probably will a little, I'll either use a beurre mani with Wondra flour, or I may just sprinkle some Wondra flour in there, which is the beauty of Wondra flour. It doesn't make lumps and it'll just thicken this up perfectly for us. Okay, loaded up with vegetables, kale on top. We're going to give this another 30 minutes and we'll be done and ready to serve. So here's how we serve up our stew. A little pinch of homegrown radish sprouts. They're pretty peppery too, by the way, if you're not familiar with those. And we've got a side of gai lan in ponzu sauce. I've eaten this a couple of nights before. It's absolutely delicious.